I'm Tim from RealWebsiteHints.com, and in this video, I'm doing a theme review of a food blog theme called Foodica. Let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so let's sit down and take a look at this theme and see what it has to offer. So one of the things that I was kind of blown away with, and one of the reasons why I decided to make this video, is I was watching Shelby Church's YouTube video on how much do bloggers make, and she kind of blew my mind when she pointed out, and I'll link to the video up above here if you want to check it out for yourself, but she kind of blew my mind when she pointed out that for the same number of views, bloggers can make, I think she was saying like 2 to 3 times more than you can off of the ads on YouTube. And honestly, that kind of blew me away. So I definitely think that if you're interested in making a food blog, looking into something like this that has a lot of the features that food bloggers need, a lot of the places where you can put in advertising, could be a great start to sort of grow a business out of a blog. And the fact that it seems like there's a lot of room to grow and expand and like really make a blog into a business, why not give it a try? Now, one of the first things I wanted to do when I started looking into different food blog themes is how closely does it match other food blogs that are out there, and also how well will it grow with you? So that way, if you're starting out as a beginner food blogger, is it going to help you just get started? And then after that, does it have good places for advertising and some of the other features that you're going to need as your food blog grows and as you're looking to make money, as you're looking to expand your reach? Does it have those kind of features that are going to help you out so that right out of the gate, you can get started, and then you can also build your business of being a food blogger. So let's take a look at the Foodica theme and see how well it does. And if you're interested in getting the Foodica theme, I'm going to link to an affiliate link down below, and that helps me to support this channel, and it helps me to be able to have the time so that I can make these reviews and help you guys figure out what the best way is for you to make a website. And that's really what my passion is, and that's why I make YouTube videos, is I'm really genuinely interested in helping people get started making their website and doing the best job that you can as easily as possible. That's my whole thing, is like helping people get started as easily as possible. Now, one of the first things that I did when I started looking at food blog themes was to just look at other food blogs and other popular food blogs and sort of see what those food blogs looked like and to see what features those food blogs had. And one of the things I noticed about a lot of food blogs is they all look actually really similar, and sort of when I dove in and examined them, a lot of them are actually based off of the same platform and the same framework. And what is the primary platform that people use to build food blogs with? And of course, it's WordPress. And the reason why is I have looked at a lot of different website building platforms, easy website building platforms, and I'll link to sort of my review of my favorite ones. But when it comes down to making a blog, there really is no better alternative to WordPress. WordPress is the best way to go for making a blog. It's designed for blogging. It allows you to have different categories. It allows you to really structure the content on your blog, to allow people to find things easier, to allow you to organize your posts in a way that help your audience find what they're looking for better. And there really is nothing like WordPress out there. Unfortunately, I do find that WordPress, although I do like it a lot and I use it personally, it's not very beginner friendly. It's getting better in that regard, but I feel like a lot of the other website builders are getting like so good at being beginner friendly that WordPress really starts to look almost difficult to use compared to some of those. But if you do want help building a WordPress blog like this, I'm going to throw together a tutorial series geared specifically towards actually using this theme, and I'll link to that down in the description below and up above. So if you want help getting started with WordPress, getting it all figured out so that you can just make your content, make your blog posts, and kind of like move on from the setup side of it, I'll go ahead and show you how to do that, because I think it's important to get a good start building your blog. I think the Foodica theme does a great job of replicating that look while still being very easy to install and get set up. So one of the things that you're going to notice about the Foodica theme and a lot of the other popular food blogs out there is the sort of overall style and formatting. What we have here is we've got a header area, and it has our site logo or title on there, and we also have some advertising space. And of course, these advertising spaces can be turned on or turned off depending on what you want and what you're looking for. I would say one of the things that I liked about a lot of the food blogs that I did look at was that they put their advertisement up above the top of their website. So you have the advertisement, and then they have the site title, and then the menu. Whereas this puts the advertisement along the side of your site title / logo, which I think is okay, but I think it does look a little bit nicer when it's up on top. It's a little bit less intrusive, but still visible for you to be able to make money. Next, we've got the sort of menu area here, and as you can see, that looks very similar to a lot of the other food blogs. Okay, and then here we've got this slider area where we can feature some of our different prominent articles. We've got this widget area under here where you can kind of use, what they're recommending is that you use this image widget, and then they have this title card that can go over it, and so that's a great way of highlighting some of the various different important parts of your website that you might want to link to. These are just simple images with a title on it and that link to a different part of your website. And next we have this recent posts category where you can add a sticky post to your page. And as you can see here, you'll see this in almost every single food blog where we've got a card that's about the cook or about the person who's making the recipe, and we've got an image of them and a little description, and then you can link that to your About Me page. So already we're getting a classic look. And the sidebar here, this theme includes a lot of widgets to help you with the sidebar. One example of these widgets is this social media follow widget. So that's a great way of sort of expanding your reach and effectively adding more people to your social media and getting them sort of to follow you that way. I really like that. And then sort of below this, where we have these featured items, we've got another ad banner that we can put in. So it's a great way to sort of intermix advertising on your page without it being too intrusive. And then down below here, we've got sort of the general blog feed here. And there's some settings that you can use so that the items that show up in your general blog feed aren't duplicated up here and above. So that's a really nice feature. And again, I've got this widget over here, which is an image card widget that's part of the theme. And I really like that to sort of draw attention to different parts of your website. And here I've got another advertisement card that I decided to place in on the sidebar. And there's this Instagram widget that comes in as part of the theme, which allows you to sort of show off your most recent images. My most recent images are of travel, and so that's what's showing up here now. This white box is a video, so just something to note is that this widget doesn't seem to do a good job of showing videos. I'm not too sure why that is. It's something I have to look into. As you scroll down, you get some more of the blog, and then there's also this area here where you can add in another view of your Instagram feed. As you hover over it, it has the description of that Instagram post on there. And then, of course, it will link over to your Instagram page. So definitely a lot of really nice features on the homepage. I think it has a great look, and it really does look a lot like so many of the other food blogs and cooking blogs out there. So I definitely think this is getting you a really good look. Now let's go ahead and check out some of the recipes and what they look like. Okay, so this here is actually a recipe that I wrote up myself. It's a recipe that's been handed down to me from my mom. It's a Brazilian shrimp dish, and this is kind of what it looks like. This is actually just a stock image that I pulled off of the internet just for this review so I could show you what this looks like. But here's what the posts look like. We get this sidebar, and of course the sidebar is optional, but again, if you're looking to make money on your website, having a sidebar with advertisements on it and a sidebar sort of for when your viewers get a little bit distracted, shall we say, that they've got something else to look at and sort of move on to the next thing and stay on your website. So you're basically helping yourself in two ways. One is either drawing people over to the advertisements that you have, or two, giving people something else that they might want to look at on your website. So that's a great reason for having the sidebar on your blog post pages. And the other thing that I really like about this theme here is that they really have thought a lot of the things through that food bloggers are going to need to have, or basically any bloggers are going to need to have, but this theme is definitely designed for food bloggers. And that is right below the metadata on your blog posts. There's a space here where you can automatically have an affiliate notification put in there that you write up and type up on your own, and that'll show up on every single blog post. They also have a way of doing it where you can choose which blog posts feature that. But I think that's something that's required now by law, is that if you have an affiliate relationship with a company, you need to notify people of that, and you need to do it up front. You can't hide it. So this puts it right out there. And the fact that it can be automatically displayed on all of your blog posts just makes it really easy. It's one less thing you have to remember when you're designing and writing these blog posts is to worry about your affiliate disclaimer. It's just automatically there if you choose to have it that way. This theme is also made by the same people that make this recipe card plugin. And what this recipe card does is not only it sort of gives some like nice structure to the look of your, to the look of your recipes and gives you some options on how to display them, but this plugin uses what is called schema. And what the schema does is basically, I don't know if you've ever looked on Google for recipes. I'm sure you have. I look on Google for recipes all the time. But you'll have these little cards and it'll have like information like the serving size and the prep time and like maybe some of the ingredients or a short description of what the recipe is, as well as an image. And it shows up on a special card on Google. Basically, this schema here and this plugin helps you to achieve that. And this plugin is a free plugin that WP Zoom offers, but it does come with this. But the free version does come as part of this theme, but of course you can just download the free version if you want to. Some of the nice things about the paid version, which if I was a food blogger I would definitely think about getting, is that it also has in the image section the option to link to like Pinterest or Facebook or something like that, so you could give people the option to share this recipe on Pinterest or Facebook, and that will just help you to sort of grow your audience by encouraging people to share the things that you're putting out there on your blog. And here's what the directions section of that looks like. And then at the bottom of our posts, there's another option here for a advertisement that you can add in, and then also a social sharing button. Now, one of the things I do wish is that with the social sharing buttons is that they were higher up or maybe over here on the side. And I think there was a plugin that they recommended for having the share icons kind of follow you along. And I think there's a few different plugins that you can get where you can have the share icons either follow along. But I really actually like the idea of having the share icon right here on the image that goes along with the recipe, because I feel like that's probably where people are going to be thinking of, oh my gosh, my friend, Barbara, like she would love this recipe, like I should share it with her, or I should share this on Pinterest so I can remember it later on. I like the idea that having it right on the card. So I definitely think that if you're considering doing a food blog, getting the professional version of this recipe card plugin might be a good choice for you. Okay, so that is the Foodica theme, and I think that for what it's designed for, it's actually pretty fantastic. It's a sort of all-in-one theme for food bloggers to get you started, allow you to grow, and then, because it's built on WordPress, if later on you decide that you need a different theme or you need to go in a different direction, you can just move from one theme to another. But I really think that for a lot of people, from the beginning through to sort of the middle of their careers as a blogger, this offers a lot. It offers enough to get you started. It gives you that professional food blog look, and it gives you the opportunity and the places built into the theme where you can add in advertisements and start making some money. So this is definitely something I would highly consider if you're thinking about making a food blog. And if you need help getting started with it, I'm going to put together a tutorial series that will show you how to get started with WordPress, how to get started and set up this specific theme. Because one of the hardest things about WordPress is that initial start. It is not as easy as some other website building platforms out there. There's a lot of things that can be confusing and difficult to set up. But I'm going to show you guys how to do it, how to get it set up so that you can be ready to go and so you can just focus on making your content, working on your recipes, and building your food blog. So if you think that's something that's going to be helpful for you, definitely give me a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel so that you can find my videos, and check out the link down below for that tutorial series. I'm Tim from realwebsitehints.com. Thanks for watching. I hope you found this content helpful, and I'll see you in the next video.